And welcome to the Geekz 31 Days of Horror for Halloween. This is Lil.
And this is Steve.
Tonight we're reviewing Chained from 2012. A young man held prisoner by a cab-driving serial killer must make a life or death choice between following in his captor's footsteps or breaking free. Chained stars Vincent D'Onofrio, Iman Farin, Evan Bird, and others. There's not a lot of other people that are in the movie. This is like a perfect COVID movie because for the most of the movie, it's two people.
But filmed way before COVID, so
yes, 2012. I was when you said to do this one, and then I saw it was the Kingpin. I was like, oh damn. And then it opened. I was like, oh damn, Steve. Oh. You know what it is? It's being a parent these days and
yeah.
seeing that opening. It was a tough movie. So I'm gonna start with my review. I give it a hero. I actually really do. I was actually very surprised by it. It's a very it's a disturbing movie. And I think it's because of the acting. Did a great job. Both the young kid when they time jump and he gets older, the older kid, like everything here was disturbing and sad. It was very sad, and then the movie ended, and then I'll talk about it when we get into spoilers and toward the end. But I was waiting for a sequel, but I give it a hero. I think it's a very interesting kind of psychological take for the movie. So hero from me, Steve.
This was actually my wife's pick. She put this on the list for me to watch. She's like, I want to watch this. So when it's your turn for a pick this one. And I was like, all right. So that's what I did. So when you texted me saying you were disturbed by this movie, I immediately blamed her.
you blamed her, yeah. Well, I wasn't, but me and my wife was like, damn it, what? Because again, it's we'll talk about more in spoilers, but the opening was just it was a hard watch. It was a sad watch because it's it's a traumatizing piece. So
yeah. So I actually give this movie a high sidekick. I think if we were judging the movie based on only the acting, it's the highest of heroes that I could possibly give it. It's unbelievably well done by everybody. Yeah. The side actors, the random girls that are brought in, all this stuff. Phenomenal. Boy, that story. In Act 3. Nope. Nope. You had me and then you lost me. And I'm sorry, but they just fumbled it. They were right at that. You know what they was like? They was like that one college player running the ball and he throws it down right before he crosses the goal line. Like, and you had it and then you lost it. All of that was unnecessary. You could have literally scenery going by, credits, hero. You added all that and I didn't need any of it.
You know what though? But they did lay the seeds out earlier because I did wonder. The twist was interesting.
It made it less impactful. It made everything that happened before that lesser for me. I felt lesser about everything in the movie because of that twist. That twist almost, I mean, it damn near ruined it for me.
I get it.
It's still really good because I was really intrigued. So I can't like deny any of that. But then that twist, nope, yanked it right out of the hero spot. And if it wasn't if the acting was like just like at all questionable, it would be even lower. So
spoilers.
I think we gotta get into it because we're there. So
well, tell me the opening that crushed you. So
yeah, the opening was sad and disturbing, right? Like this father drops his wife and his son at the theater off, and tells him to get a cab instead of driving the bus because the area is not safe, and so they go to the movies on a mom and son kind of date thing, and they come out of the movie. It's still daylight, so you're not expecting anything bad to happen. She's calling a cab. Cab pulls up, and it's Vincent D'Onofrio, and he's driving around. You don't see him, so you don't know it's him, but misses the exit, goes off in this kind of very rural area. I mean, there's nothing around him. He has a house in the middle of nowhere, and pulls the mom out, leaves the kid in the car, and just
when the mom was like, "Cover your ears," I was like, "Oof, damn."
It's sad, and seeing the kid. I mean, the kid pissed himself out of fear. Like it was disturbing, right? Like sitting there, and the kid's 8, 9 years old, and just sees this man rip his mom out of the car, keeps him in the car locked in there, and just it was sad. And the scene that killed me was right after that, where he goes and like grabs his mom's driver's license to look at her picture and stuff, and it was like that hit me. So he decides to keep the kid.
I will call you Rabbit. Vincent D'Onofrio does such a good job. I love his the way he talks. He is an effective serial killer. He just has this way about him, man. He almost sounds like the Kingpin here, how he's talking. Just the way he's very direct. You will study this book. Every syllable is very pronounced. And I don't know, he just kills it as this imposing character, and he very quickly imposes his will on this kid. There's a good scene when the kid tried to escape, and he gets out of the attic, and Vincent D'Onofrio is just waiting for him. Man, he hits him with a rock from dumbass far. Bam! Right in the side. I was like, whew. Poor little kid.
He's gonna give him a head start.
He's like, go ahead and climb down. I'll give you a run head start. As he's climbing down, he nails him in the head with another rock. Fuck.
Yeah.
And he wakes up chained. And then we get the title.
Yeah.
So this kid ends up living here with this man. And many women get brought in. You see, it's like a montage. I mean, there's many scenes, but Vincent D'Onofrio brings these ladies in, rapes and kills them. Then the kid has to help him bury the bodies, and then they have this little shrine of driver's licenses and money and personal bits and stuff. And he just keeps this kid here doing this shit forever. And then it does this one scene where he finally reaches out and gives this kid a candy bar, and then that's a time jump, and the kid's now 18, 19, something like that.
Probably something like that. Yeah, late teen. But it's he's been doing this for years. He's been it's disturbing. They play a card game with the murdered women's driver's license.
I was waiting in that scene for him to pick up his mom's license.
Was I. I was like, oh no,
didn't happen. But I was waiting for that.
Yeah, and just their relationship is it's just bizarre and off-putting. It's like he has a bed in the kitchen. He can't eat anything except for his leftovers. So you see as a kid, he's like drinking the leftover of the cereal to just get anything, and it's nuts. This whole thing is just terrible. But it's probably happened. It's probably out there. It's probably something going on, and
it culminates basically with Vincent D'Onofrio finally I would dare to say caring about him and wanting him to grow up and be able to take care of himself. He's given him medical books to study. He wants him to know things. He has a weird way about it. He doesn't know how to show love, and we get a very graphic understanding of why. But it's his way. And his way of not showing love is by raping and murdering you and burying you in his basement. So by that standard, he's doing a great job with this kid. And it kind of culminates with Vincent D'Onofrio bringing in a girl for
Rabbit. Yeah.
for Rabbit, and I wasn't sure that was a kind of a cool scene where he leaves Rabbit alone, and Rabbit tells the girl like he was supposed to kill her. Vincent D'Onofrio comes barging in the room. Rabbit stabs the girl in the stomach. Yells, "Get out! This is my thing. Get out!" Vincent D'Onofrio leaves. A few minutes later, Rabbit drags her body into the basement, and you're like, "Oh shit!" Like he really did it. And it's all a ruse, of course, which was nice. I like that.
Yeah. No, I thought that was good. That he played it up, and I also thought that it was good that Vincent D'Onofrio didn't watch, because he had cameras there. He has those nanny cams with the hidden things. He's been watching the kid everywhere, but he decided to give him his privacy this time because he was he wanted him to become a man, and then they would watch it together later.
Yeah,
And the kid comes out and he's like, I want to go on a hunt. I want to be a hunter. And it's all a ploy to get them both out of the house so the girl can escape. This part bothered me though, because he gave the girl tools to escape, and they were gone for a while. She didn't escape. She didn't
she
try
just
to get
laid
out
there
yet.
with a flashlight.
And so at this point, he figures out that something's wrong here. He sees the kid wrote on the side of the cab that they're in, "Help," to get caught, and D'Onofrio's just big paw fist just knocked the kid out with one punch, and I'm like, jeez.
He's so big, dude.
Yeah.
He looks so.
You're right. This was
"God,
like a prelude to Kingpin, right? Because in the Daredevil series, Kingpin's disturbed, has his own parent issues,
Oh
dad
yeah,
issues.
and what
We
in
see the
this one?
dad issue here which is
Oof.
ridiculous. Like the dad beats him and everything, makes him sleep with his mom, and beats him and his younger brother. It's all all wrong and nasty. So you see why he's kind of the way he is,
And
And
then there's that moment where he comes out and Rabbit is screaming in his sleep,
and having a
that's
nightmare
Vincent
like him.
D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
And it was a weird moment where he saw that he was doing that, and then the next you see, he's starts buying him clothes and wanting him to do things. That's when he starts asking him to read and shit. He didn't want to do that to him. So basically, they get back to the house after this big ruse, and Vincent D'Onofrio goes down to the basement. He's trying to kill the girl, but Rabbit comes flying in. They're fighting. Rabbit kills him. Yeah, knifed him right in the fucking face.
Yep.
Good kill. And you see Rabbit's upset by it. He's not yes, I did it. He's crying. You got it. This is the only person that this kid has known for the last 15 years. So then they get out, and here's how the movie ends, where it's perfect, right? They get out, they go to a hospital, the fucking police show up, then you see the dad from the beginning walk in, and there's this moment, and it's just holy shit, and credits.
But that's not what happens.
Oh no, that's how it should end. And then the movie gets a hero. That, or they get into a car and drive away, and credits. Movie gets a hero. But no, that's not what happens. You see no resolution to the girl's story at all. I don't know if she's still in that fucking basement or not.
No, she was on his bed. He stitched her up, and because she got hurt again by Vincent.
Did he chain her up? I'd have to go back and watch. I don't know.
I don't think he chained her up. I don't think he chained her up.
She can't get anywhere. She's gonna run.
Well, right. She was laying on the bed waiting for him to come back, because remember, he had all these papers and dossiers on the table. So I assumed at that point that she was going to call the police, but there's no phone in that house either. So there's no way she was going to call the police, but she had everything to be able to collaborate the story. And, we see the kid go to his dad's house. He's at the door. And that's stupid. This is when he finds out but there's a bunch of mail in the trunk, because he went in the trunk to get a crowbar to get out. And, in the trunk was a letter from his dad, because what we find out is his dad and Vincent D'Onofrio were brothers, and he paid him to kidnap his wife and kid to kill them because he wanted a new life or something.
I get.
I guess. So the rabbit finds his letter and questions why he wanted this. You know, sees that he has a brother.
Oh my god.
You know, and then kills his dad, which I thought was.
Yeah, but his dad was trying to like punk him. His dad was like punching him and fucking giving him the business. His dad suddenly turns into like this evil villain who starts like lurking behind like a banister in their house. He's like, "What are you gonna do? Cry?" I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Well,
and then they just get in like this tussle and he kills him. And then this is garbage. What I needed was Vincent D'Onofrio's his serial killer character to not want to harm that little boy. Little boys aren't his thing, but he can't just let the little boy go. Vincent D'Onofrio has a very clear pattern of victims, females, certain age, like anywhere between like 18 to 30. That's right around where he's at. At no point is there another little boy that ever gets kidnapped. He just happened to be there. You know, it was just a circumstance. I needed that to be it. A random thing that happened that changed the course.
Not that he was his uncle. That's his nephew. He's blood.
Trash.
I didn't mind it. You know what it is?
Rip it right out of the hero category. Get it out of here.
Because of the acting, it took it to the next level for me.
The acting did take it to the next level, but that can't help that story at the end. And then he just goes back and he just goes right into the house and then that's it. And
we don't know what's happening. Is he going to continue on? That's why I thought, Steve, that there was a sequel because he said something about a sequel to something. And I was like, oh. And I'm looking at Jenny, I'm like, I guess there's a sequel. Let's look for it. And so I looked for it on Tubi. I looked for it on this. And I'm like, I can't find this sequel. Steve, where's the sequel?
So earlier I had said, oh, let's watch People Under the Stairs. And then so I tried to list out the movies we were going to review this week. And I wrote people used, or it auto-corrected to people use the stairs instead of people under the stairs. And when I sent the text and I was like, oh, oops. So I put used, LOL, that's the sequel. And a little took that as me saying that Chained somehow had a sequel called Used. And then we're sitting here searching Tubi for Used. I'm surprised you didn't find a movie called Used.
There was not a movie called Used. And
that's crazy.
Like, that's what I thought. Yeah, I looked at that. I looked on Prime. I was looking all over the place. And because like when you wrote people use the stairs, like my brain read. You know, how your brain puts together the story. Like I knew what you were getting at.
You saw people in stairs. You saw the you.
People under the stairs. Yeah. So it's like I just already assumed that, and I wrote Chained. I knew People Under the Stairs didn't have a sequel, and the other two movies we were reviewing didn't have sequels. So I was like, I assumed Chained, had a sequel, and I just didn't pick up on it.
It was such a long. And then like 8 hours later, I was like, "Where's this fucking movie, Steve?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
But then I was like, that's where I was like, oh, the sequel must be the boy continuing on this legacy, or the boy and the girl, or something like that, or him dealing with the trauma of this. I'm looking and I'm like, no, I can't find this sequel.
No, it doesn't exist. So
I guess better for it though that it doesn't exist. So
it's still really good. I just don't like that final twist. That twist may work for some people. Again, it was a well acted twist, except I didn't like the dad when he turned evil. But other than that, I personally didn't like it. It took me out, but it might not ruin the movie for it. Other than that, it was really good. So
it was a very good movie. So all right, well that's it. That's it for tonight. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for your support. This is Lil.
And this is Steve. And until tomorrow night, everybody, keep it creepy.